yourself. You're harming yourself more than anybody else. So, this is what we should have as an attitude against those who backbite and try to spoil the relations between brothers and or sisters. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned His name Al-Basir 42 times in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. Fear Allah and know that Allah knows what you are doing, knows your deeds. So Basir, it means seeing, but it also means understanding. It does mean seeing, the way a normal physical seeing, but it also means understanding. Inna Allah and knowing. Inna Allah bima ta'maluna basir. And we say al-basar wal basira. Al-basar, the seeing itself, the vision, and al-basira. Where is al-basira? Al-qalb. Nurun yaqdhifuhu Allahu fil qalbi. It is a light that Allah throws in the heart. This is al-basira.
السمع والبصر.
والسمع والبصر والفؤاد. نعم. والبصيرة يقال إنه شخص ذو بصيرة. رجل ذو بصيرة. بصيرة means what? Fahm, understanding, hikmah, right? A man, a wise man, he has an insight, right? This is what it's called, basira, an insight.
High status of understanding.
High status of understanding. إنه ذو بصيرة ثاقبة.
هو يرى مكان بعيد شيء ممكن.
بارك الله فيك.
قبل يقدر إلا قبل الوقوع.
Yeah, they describe it as بصيرة ثاقبة, a piercing insight. He knows in two things. He is wise, right? بصر وبصيرة. This is what إنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور. Right? سورة الحج, is that Muhammad? That's سورة الحج, right? I think. سورة الحج إنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور. I think in سورة الحج. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the absar do not get blinded, but the hearts get blind, right? So many people who are naturally blind, but they have basira. Even though they cannot see, but they can see by their hearts. They can see by their hearts, even though they cannot physically see with their eyes. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us basar and basira, both. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve our basar and enlighten our basira. So, because this is very important, basira. الحكمة والنظر بحكمة إلى الأمور والتصرف بحكمة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاللَّهُ بَصِيرٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. And Allah is insightful into the affairs of His servants. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with you wherever you are. He is with you with His knowledge. He is omniscient, right? He knows everything that you do. He is with you with His knowledge. بعلمه معكم بعلمه. He is with you with His knowledge. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ما يمسكهن إلا الرحمن إنه بكل شيء بصير. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides for everything and takes care of everything. Right? He takes care of everything. Who provides for the ant? Who provides for the bee? Who provides for the birds? Who provides for the animals? Who provides for us? Right? Who answers the dua? Who gets us out of difficulties? Right? So when we think of all of that, subhanAllah, all of the creatures that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, billions and billions, who takes care of the heavens and earth. إن الله يمسك السماء أن تقع على الأرض. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds the heavens from falling onto earth, right? إن الله يمسك السماوات والأرض أن تزولا ولئن زالتا إن أمسكهما من أحد من بعده إنه كان غفورا حليما إنه كان حليما غفورا. سبحان الله. Who preserves the heavens and the earth, who holds them together. They say gravity. What is gravity? Right? All they can say it's a force. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds the heavens and earth together. Right? Who makes the sun and the moon and the galaxies run their course in a certain orbit, everything in its orbit. وَكُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. Right? The sun goes into its own orbit, then the moon, the earth, the other planets and so forth. They take a certain course. Who alternates the day and night for us so that at night we can sleep and rest, and during the day we can work and see. Right? ومن آياته الليل والنهار. Right? ومن آياته الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر لا تسجدوا للشمس ولا للقمر واسجدوا لله الذي خلقهم. Right? So of his signs is night and day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of his signs is the sun and the moon. He provides for us and he makes us see with what? قل أرأيتم إن جعل الله عليكم الليل سرمدا إلى يوم القيامة من إله غير الله يأتيكم بضياء. Right? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills to only give us night, who is going to give us day, light? Can we see without the light? We cannot. So these eyes become useless if there is no light, because we cannot see during the darkness, right? We cannot see in the dark. We have to have light to see. Subhanallah, we cannot see without the light. وجعلنا النهار مبصرا. The daylight is the cause for us to see. Without daylight or without this artificial light, if this is now all dark, can we see each other? We cannot. We have eyes, but we cannot see, right? With only the eyes, we need the light to see, right? And this is that other type of light Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives into the heart. That's البصير. نور يقذفه الله في القلب, so that you can see with it, with your heart. It's another type of light that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throws in the hearts that you can see with, other than this physical light, right? Can we see the electromagnetic spectrum, all of it? No. We can see only a very limited range, right? We can only see a very limited range. Otherwise we would be able to see the jinn and the malaika and other worlds. Who knows, right? So if a malaika now sitting here, can we see them? We cannot. Not because they do not exist or they are not here. It's because of our limitations. Because we cannot see them. That's why. But they are here in the masjid. Malaika, angels. But we cannot see them because we have limited vision. Limited vision. We cannot hear because we have limited hearing. It's not because things do not exist, no. It's because of us, because of our limitations, and that's why. Imagine that you can see the malaika, and you can see the jinn, and you can see other creatures, and you can see, other worlds. Our life will be entirely different. Our life will be entirely different. And this is why we are limited. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is absolute. Allah's hearing is not like our hearing. Allah's seeing is not like our seeing. Allah can see everything, and we only see limited range and certain things, and certain things we cannot see. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الذي يراك حين تقوم وتقلبك في الساجدين إنه هو السميع العليم. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, والله على كل شيء شهيد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a witness over all things, right? Because He can see everything, and He witnesses everything that happens. Any event that happens anywhere, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a witness on it. Wallahu ala kulli shayin shaheed. No one can escape the witness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He holds His servant accountable, and He says, on that day, on that hour, in that minute, in that second, you did this and that. Oh no, no, Allah, I didn't do this. Well, this is the recording of it. This is, He will see it in front of His eyes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a witness. Right? You say, I was a witness on that. I was witness. Yes. SubhanAllah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees everything. He is a witness on every thing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the omniscient, the one who He knows, the one who deserves guidance, and the one who deserves to be punished, or the one who is in astray. But He does not impose. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you, or gives you free will. Free will. He says there are two roads. One road will take you to paradise, right? And one road will take you to, wal-iyadu billah, Jahannam. You choose. You choose. It's your choice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not impose on you. Does not impose on you which way you want to take. It is your choice. Because otherwise, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then will be wronging you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid wronging on Himself. إن الله حرم الظلم على نفسه. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid Himself to be a wrongdoer.
The book and Nabi.
Yes. ولا يظلم ربك أحدا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not own anyone. It is your choice. وما ربك بظلام للعبيد. جزاك الله خيرا. ما ربك بظلام للعبيد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not wrong with nobody. It is our choice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained the way, explained this dunya, why we are here, what is the purpose of our existence, and it is our choice. He says you have the choice. قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها. Very simple. قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى. Those who choose to be obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to do righteous deeds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises them paradise and happiness in this life and in the hereafter. من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward them as well with the best of their deeds. So this is very simple. So knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears us and sees us, hears what we say and sees what we do, then don't we feel ashamed then if we disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, knowing that He hears us and that He sees us?
important كلمة الناس ما يعرفون العلم الفقه يعني سنن الرسول بعدين القرآن سنة رسول الله تفسير القرآن ما يعرفون السنن بعدين يفسرون خط أحدنا هو أنا وهذه أخوي كان موجود بعد الناس يقولون الإنسان محكوم جنة والنار.
نعم.
خطأ. ليس المحكومين، اختار كل شخص يختار النار والجنة. إذا من عمل صالحا
أنه هو مجبر يعني؟
يا
لا ربنا سبحانه وتعالى لا يظلم ربنا. هذه مسألة
مثلا وهديناهم نجدين.
نعم، وهديناهم النجدين. نعم.
يفسرون النوع ثاني.
نعم.
نوع ثاني.
نعم.
يقولون الإنسان محكوم نار والجنة.
لا.
يوم 40
نعم.
من خلقه في بطن أمه.
أيوة. لا، ذاك في علم الله سبحانه وتعالى.
علم
ذلك في علم الله. نعم. الإنسان عندما يخلق يكتب رزقه شقي أم سعيد، صح، ولكن هذا ليس معناه أن الله سبحانه وتعالى يجعلهم أشقياء. هم الذين يختارون، ولكن هذا في علم الله. الله سبحانه وتعالى knows in advance what those people are they going to do, and whether they are going to paradise or to the fire of hell. But He does not make them do that. He does not impose on them that. They chose it for them, but He only knows it in advance. He knows that they will choose that. Is that clear? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everyone's choice. It is their choice, but He knows it already. He knows that so and so will choose to go on the road that leads to paradise, or so and so goes to the road that leads to otherwise. Right? But He only knows it. He does not make them do so. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَا يَظْلِمُ رَبُّكَ أَحَدًا وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِظَلَّامٍ لِلْعَبِيدِ. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not wrong anybody. That will be a wrong understanding as well. This is not a proper understanding. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not force anyone into hell and admit anyone to paradise just because He wants to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this dunya as a test, and He says this is the road to paradise, this is the road to the hell. You choose. It's your choice. But He knows in advance what you are going to choose, because He's the omniscient. Otherwise He wouldn't be called the omniscient, the all-knowing, right? He knows everything. Past, present, future. He knows everything, subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. So when we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees what we do, we should abstain from disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we should be certain within ourselves that Allah sees us. Even though we cannot see Allah, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees us and He knows what we are doing. One of the definitions of ihsan, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam defined ihsan, عندما سأله جبريل عليه السلام وما الإحسان؟ قال أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. He said to worship Allah as if you see Him, or to be conscious of Allah as you see Him. And if you cannot see Him, then rest assured that He sees you. Right? فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ فَإِنَّهُ يَرَاكَ. So knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows and sees what we do will make us abstain from disobeying Allah, will make us more active in obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the fruits of knowing the names of Allah, السميع and البصير. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduces Himself through His most beautiful names in the Quran. So we should learn the beautiful names of Allah. We should learn the meaning of those names, because this will give us a better knowledge of who Allah is subhanahu wa ta'ala, and will eventually make us more righteous and will make us better Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed السمع والبصر on people. He gave us hearing and He gave us seeing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions this in the Quran when He said, وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَخْرَجَكُم مِّن بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَارَ وَالْأَفْئِدَةَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He is the one who got you out of the wombs of your mothers whilst you in a state of lack of knowledge, of knowing nothing. When we got out of the wombs of our mothers, did we know anything? Do you remember when you got out of the womb of your mother? No, nobody knows, right? Do you remember? We were what? Without knowledge, zero knowledge. We didn't know nothing, right? Allah أخرجكم من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون شيئا. You were in a state of no knowledge at all, ignorance, darkness, right? وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mention the sam'a before al-basar, before mention the hearing before the seeing? Because the first thing that Allah bestows on a human being is hearing. When you first born, you cannot see. The newly born babies, they can hear. So He says, وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ, first hearing. السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ. وَجَعَلَ لَكُمُ السَّمْعَ وَالْأَبْصَارَ وَالْأَفْئِدَةَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. So that you may be grateful to Allah for what He bestowed on you of these bounties. It's a bounty, my dear brothers and sisters, to be able to hear. There are people who cannot hear, right? It is a bounty to see, because there are people who are blind. So we should be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gave us hearing and that He bestowed the ni'mah of being able to see. It's a great ni'mah. You know, we do not value these ni'mas until we lose them. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us, preserve our seeing and our hearing until we die. وَاجْعَلْهُ اللَّهُمَّ الْوَارِثَ مِنَّا. You know, subhanallah, these are bounties that we are ungrateful for. Most of the time we do not praise Allah or thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for these ni'am. So remember to be thankful to Allah, be grateful to Allah for these bounties that we take for granted. We take for granted, subhanallah, as we are deserving of these bounties. They can go anytime, right? وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَذَهَبَ بِسَمْعِهِمْ وَأَبْصَارِهِمْ. Right? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills, He can take away these bounties at any time. So, alhamdulillah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed these bounties on us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هَلْ أَتَى عَلَى الْإِنسَانِ حِينٌ مِّنَ الدَّهْرِ لَمْ يَكُنْ شَيْئًا مَذْكُورًا إِنَّا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِن نُّطْفَةٍ أَمْشَاجٍ نَبْتَلِيهِ فَجَعَلْنَاهُ سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا. We made the human being what? Hearing and seeing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises those who hear and respond positively, who know, and He distinguished between those who know and those who do not know. He said, قُلْ هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ إِنَّمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ مَثَلُ الْفَرِيقَيْنِ كَالْأَعْمَى وَالْأَصَمِّ وَالْبَصِيرِ وَالسَّمِيعِ هَلْ يَسْتَوِيَانِ مَثَلًا أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. You know, is the blind like the one who sees? Is the one who cannot hear as the one who is all hearing or who is hearing? They are not the same, right? They are not the same. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teach us about His most beautiful names. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us beneficial knowledge. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا. اللهم ربنا زدنا علما. اللهم إنا نسألك إيمانا دائما ويقينا صادقا وقلبا خاشعا ولسانا ذاكرا وعلما نافعا رافعا وعملا صالحا متقبلا ورزقا حلالا طيبا واسعا. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وتوفنا مسلمين. اللهم أحينا مسلمين وتوفنا مؤمنين. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن علمنا وله الفضل علينا، واغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك قريب سميع مجيب الدعوات يا أرحم الراحمين يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
استووا واعتدلوا وتراصوا أقيموا صفوفكم. Please raise your hands, leave no gaps. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
لقد كان لسبإ في مسكنهم آية جنتان عن يمين وشمال كلوا من رزق ربكم واشكروا له بلدة طيبة ورب غفور فأعرضوا فأرسلنا عليهم سيل العرم وبدلناهم بجنتين ذواتي أكل خمط وأثل وشيء من سدر قليل ذلك جزيناهم بما كفروا وهل نجازي إلا الكفور وجعلنا بينهم وبين القرى التي باركنا فيها قرى ظاهرة وقدرنا فيها السير سيروا فيها ليالي وأياما آمنين فقالوا ربنا باعد بين أسفارنا وظلموا أنفسهم فجعلناهم أحاديث ومزقناهم كل ممزق إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور ولقد صدق عليهم إبليس ظنه فاتبعوه إلا فريقا من المؤمنين
الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين وما كان له عليهم من سلطان إلا لنعلم من يؤمن بالآخرة ممن هو منها في شك وربك على كل شيء حفيظ قل ادعوا الذين زعمتم من دون الله لا يملكون مثقال ذرة في السماوات ولا في الأرض وما لهم فيهما من شرك وما له منهم من ظهير ولا تنفع الشفاعة عنده إلا لمن أذن له حتى إذا فزع عن قلوبهم قالوا ماذا قال ربكم قالوا الحق وهو العلي الكبير قل من يرزقكم من السماوات والأرض قل الله وإنا أو إياكم لعلى هدى أو في ضلال مبين قل لا تسألون عما أجرمنا ولا نسأل عما تعملون قل يجمع بيننا ربنا ثم يفتح بيننا بالحق وهو الفتاح العليم قل أروني الذين ألحقتم به شركاء كلا بل هو الله العزيز الحكيم.